Hello, dear Sagittariuses. My name is Amber. This is the Symbols for Living YouTube channel. Welcome to your January 2017 life reading. This is for Sagittarius. I did say Sagittarius, didn't I? Sorry. This is for Sagittarius moon, sun, and rising signs. Also, if you have a stellium in Sagittarius, an important conjunction like Mars conjunct Venus in Sagittarius, or your North Node in Sagittarius, you could find this reading quite helpful. So please do take a look at the other readings according to those planet placements and see if you get more insight. I've personally found that I find it quite helpful when I do that from time to time. We don't always have time to watch every video, but from time to time, when you need more insight or when your intuition calls you, you may find that your North Node reading may give you more insight into your situation and provide you with more answers. Okay, so to get started with the reading here, yeah, it looks like it could be a love reading, definitely with the Page of Cups as your overarching energy for the month. Also got the Ten of Cups as to how you see yourself, which is lovely. You see yourselves being quite fulfilled at the moment. You feel like you have everything that you want. You feel emotionally very content, enriched, I guess you could say. So you must feel very good, and that's really nice. That sounds really good, Sagittarius. But Sagittarius is usually a fairly cheerful people anyway, so you always find a way to be happy. I don't know if it's you attract people around you that make you happy, or you've just got a lovely ball of happiness inside you that you just, tap into from time to time. I don't know, and I only say that because I've got two Sagittarius twin daughters, and they always put me in a good mood. They always find something funny to say. Yeah, and they're always smiling or laughing about. They can always see the funny side in things. So it's lovely to see that you're actually really quite happy in yourself, and you see yourself as actually having everything that you need, which is great. Got a few major arcanas starting out in the reading, and then we've got even more major arcanas as we go further into the reading. So a fairly important month for you. A lot of important lessons are being made, so which is a great start to the year. So you've got to start here with the High Priestess at the central point of your reading, and then the Hermit card crossing it. So definitely a lot of internal reflection is going on in January. You may feel that you have to tap into your intuition, tap into your inner knowing, because basically the Hermit card and the High Priestess talk about being on your own, talk about finding the answers within and not looking outside for answers, essentially. So maybe the major lesson, and that might be why you feel so fulfilled, because you've come to the realization that actually everything that you need to make you happy and to keep you on your path and to make you feel balanced actually resides within you. And that's the beautiful thing, I think, as well about Sagittarius is that you do have a very strong inner sense of who you are and where you want to go, and like you just got that inner, it's like you've got an inner truth that I don't know if you draw off it or what, but definitely this inner truth that just keeps you guys steady. And I think that inner truth is knowing that you have everything that you need right within you, and so do we all, regardless of our sign, but you've come to that realization. I think you're having a very big focus on that this month. So you could be feeling quite intuitive. You could also be receiving advice from somebody who's very intuitive. You could be being taught how to, because the Hermit can also be a teacher in some ways, because he's so knowledgeable and knows so much. And so does the High Priestess. She knows so much, but the High Priestess is more of the student in the sense of she's studious. She might look outside of herself to find answers, but only in a book, probably. And that book probably has to be, the book to go to. And then even then she will internalize it and make it her own. she's very wise. And she can see herself, and that's the Hermit card as well. They can see themselves. They aren't blinded so much by the Maya. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, the Maya. Like we get caught up with the showbiz, and we get caught up with who's wearing the latest this and that and the other, and who's got the latest car and blah blah blah. It's called, the Maya. It's a lot more complicated than that, but essentially it's just been affected a lot by your surroundings and believing the misconceptions that we have of the world around us. And then the Hermit card and the High Priestess, they don't really do that. They see things for how they are. Furthermore, they have a spiritual perspective. So it looks like definitely Sagittarius, you're gaining a more spiritual perspective this month, which is beautiful anyway, because Sagittarius is again are very spiritual and philosophical as well. But I often find that most Sagittariuses do have a faith. Or some sort of life philosophy. So yeah, it's looking really good. Then we've got the Hierophant as the base. So you are looking to, you're looking for, if this is a love relationship, and I think it is, with the Page of Cups being the overarching energy for the month, there is a new beginning in love of sorts, or you may not have been satisfied with love previously, so you're kind of starting anew in some way with your relationships, or relationship, or love in general. But I do see you as being quite single, to be honest. I see you at the moment as being single, and you're looking for the right one. Although the reading could suggest that you actually have found the one. Maybe the High Priestess and the Hermit, they're getting it together. They found each other, and they've actually got loads and loads in common. They both like being on their own. They both like studying and being quiet and meditating and looking at things from a spiritual perspective and studying the spirituality and looking at the occult and what's hidden. The Hermit card likes to look at also, the Hermit likes to look at, the things that maybe other people aren't willing to look at as well. The Hermit card is willing to do that. So yeah, definitely like the perfect couple, really. And it looks like if this Hierophant card is speaking to a love relationship, is speaking to that relationship that I just described, it could be that you yourself deep down, you really would like to, you know that you share the same values, and it makes you feel quite happy and you feel quite fulfilled, and I think that you really want to go forward with this person. I think that you want to actually possibly give your heart to them, give them the keys to your heart. You want them to study you, you want them to research you, if it is the High Priestess that you're looking towards, or the Hermit card even, you want them to study you, you want them to get to know you, you want to open up to them, and I think you feel like they, again, are a good match for you. And I think you want to kind of see things stabilize and have you guys in a committed relationship. Unusually, though, how you're approaching it is from a broken-hearted perspective. Maybe you haven't got what you wanted yet. You may feel like you haven't got what you wanted, or you may, maybe it hasn't met your expectations and you're a bit heartbroken because of it. However, you have made a decision, and you both, I think, made a decision to actually be together. But for some reason, there's still heartache there. Now, this could be because of the Devil card that was in your recent past. There could have been an addiction. There could have been, the Devil card is almost the complete opposite to the Hermit and the High Priestess, in the sense that the Devil card does not think about what's spiritually above board. He just truly goes for what he wants to do. like, and which is not always bad, you know, not at all, but it's the complete opposite from the center cards. So that would tell me that there's possibly a complete turnaround. So from the past, maybe not being very spiritual, and you know, Sagittarius is also known to want to have fun and to not have all these rules and to just have fun. And you know, maybe, you know, your philosophy sometimes is that rules just get in the way of having fun. Rules, what are rules even for anyway? You know, I think Sagittarius can quite easily, if they want to, talk themselves, you know, through philosophy or philosophizing over things, and then reaching a particular conclusion and then acting on it, and not, you know, throwing caution to the wind basically, and just having fun. So maybe there was a lot of that happened in the past, but it got to the point where maybe it had a really negative effect on your relationship, which caused maybe some heartbreak, and disappointment. Because when the devil card goes wrong, it can go really ugly wrong, you know. Just a complete loss of control of yourself, and indulging in things just a bit too much, to the point where it's messing you up, it's taking you off your path, and it's just not healthy for you. Great thing is though, is that now you find yourself seeing that actually, no, this is not about just satisfying my every desire. This is about really, you know, staying true to myself and thinking about things maybe in a more mature way. Although Sagittarius are quite mature, I don't want to say anything, you know, don't take it the wrong way, but just looking at things in, yeah, just a more mature way, where you're maybe just in a bit more control and a bit more balanced and a bit more reserved, you know, a bit more self-contained. We do have the Strength card here, which again, which is in your hopes and fears position, which does talk to, again, having that self-control. And it's, you know, I think you're hoping that you will maintain this. You will maintain this self-control going forward. And it looks like everyone else around you, with the Justice card being as to how everyone else sees you, or your, you know, your environment card. People do see you as, you know, you're quite decisive. You've made a choice and you're sticking to it. And it's not just a choice that you've made on a whim. You've made a life-changing choice to do the right thing. And not just the right thing according to what everyone else says, but the right thing for you. What you think is right or wrong. You know, you're not stopping all the devilish activity because, you know, there's rules and social expectations or any expectations of you from an external point of view. You change because you know that that's what you want to do for you, and it suits your own values. And that's what the Justice card is saying here. You are making your rules as you go with the by the book card next to the Justice card. Again, as I said, that reinforces what I have just said, is that you're doing things your way. By the book card here, when we look into the Oracle card actual description, I remember what it says, and it's pretty much says that you don't always have to do things by the book, and that sometimes doing things by the book, you can be led away from your own truth. And it's more important to find that balance of, you know, what has been tried and tested and works, and that will get you to where you want to get to, and also incorporating what has been tried and tested for you personally and how that works for you in your world and how you see things. So just finding that balance. Again, the Justice card talks about balance. So it's not about doing things maybe all your way. It is about finding that happy medium where you yourself can feel content with the choices that you're making, whilst at the same time also maybe, you know, a little bit conforming a little bit to some social expectations, maybe from your partner, or family, friends. etc. Children even, Yeah. So as the outcome, we've got the Seven of Cups, which is a really lovely card to end the month on. It talks about opportunity and choices again. So you may be, now you've gone down this path. There could be a myriad, of choices available to you now. You could see much more possibilities in the future for you now. But I think going forward, you may still have a challenge in continuing this and making the right choices going forward. The chop wood card next to the Seven of Cups does kind of say to me that you do need to take your time. The right opportunity, whatever opportunity is coming in for your relationship, for you personally, the Seven of Cups talks opportunity, and it's saying here to chop wood, to not make a choice, basically, to really take your time, and don't see every opportunity as actually being genuine, in terms of genuine, like really matching who you truly are and really supporting who you really are. The Cups card, the Seven of Cups, talks to what's in your mind, what you think is available to you, the possibilities that are there. Nothing is certain with the Seven of Cups. So yeah, there are great opportunities out there that's obviously going to come up in January, but it's saying don't take any of them without really thinking about it. And if you have to, chop wood. You might get many, many offers and they might all not be what you want. Just chop wood. Keep going. Keep doing your everyday thing. And in time, the right opportunity will come along. I guess that's speaking more to singles, but in continuing the reading as a love relationship that's already established, the Seven of Cups talks to you guys as having more opportunities available to you. Or maybe it also, to me, talks a little bit about temptation, And again, it talks about indulgence. So one way to get through this indulgence, whatever you guys are trying to kind of balance out, chop wood. Just keep yourself busy. Just go and, tidy that cupboard that you haven't tidied up, or go down to the charity shop and give a whole load of your clothes away, or, I'm giving my to-do list here, but, whatever. Find something that just keeps you occupied, basically, it looks like. But there is a new opportunity for this relationship, it looks like, and there has been a commitment made. You've both decided that this is what you want to do. You're very happy about it. You feel like you've got everything that you need when it comes to partnership, or even if you're on your own, you feel like you've got everything that you need. And that, if you are on your own, I think you do see that there are new opportunities coming about. Most definitely, with the Page of Cups, you could get an offer of love. You could get someone communicating to you or bringing you a message of love this month. And I think it's up to you to really choose what suits you. With the Seven of Cups there, it's saying, okay, yeah, you may have the Page of Cups. That's the overall lesson for this month, is the Page of Cups. So the overall lesson here is you're being offered love. You may even be offering love, but I think here you're being offered love. And you're, with the Seven of Cups, these are offers to you. So you're being asked to think about what you actually really want and what actually is really fitting to your personal happiness, your personal inner stability, your sense of spirituality, and your sense of knowing yourself. Because really and truly, the Hermit card is the know thyself card. That's what that card is. So you have to know yourself. Get to know yourself. And I think Sagittariuses are the perfect sign for that. I think you guys are more than capable of doing something like that. So, yeah, know thyself. Be true to yourself. Don't just take what's on offer because it looks attractive. And definitely, if it looks anything like what you used to be involved with, Devil card is saying that's in the past now. You know, move forward. We've got the poised card here, number 48, right underneath the Devil, which talks about, again, poised. Self-control, being in a good place, you know, having the right posture. But ultimately, I think poised talks about self-control in a sense of remaining graceful throughout it all. Having a balanced perspective throughout it all. The Strength card talks about that. You know, not getting too emotional and flaring up at things. Or responding in a way where you wouldn't really want to respond. The Devil card also speaks to that, responding, you know, acting in a way where it's not really how you want to respond, but it's like a knee-jerk reaction to things. So the Poised card is saying don't have knee-jerk reactions. Really think about what you're going to say. Be poised. Take your time. Think about what you want to say and say it. I would just suggest definitely meditate. Meditation is going to do you the world of good. 10 minutes a day. Stare into space. 10 minutes a day. Close your eyes. If you have thoughts, doesn't matter. Just sit down for 10 minutes a day and don't do anything. Eventually, meditation will come to you. But ultimately, it's just keeping yourself still for 10 minutes. That's the first trick. Once you can do that, you'll then find meditation starts to come to you. And that's the easiest way, I think, personally, to finding, you know, really knowing yourself. And it also gives you a great amount of poise, because it slows your mind down and it allows you to watch your thoughts. When you get in the habit of watching your thoughts, you can then decide and see what thoughts are coming in and decide to, you know, express whichever thoughts you feel is necessary. Whereas without that inner sight, we tend to just do things knee-jerk, which is what we all do. There's nothing really wrong with it, but sometimes it can get us into a muddle. And I think this month you're being asked to not do knee-jerk reactions, but to think things through. In fact, with the Yin card next to the Strength card, it's saying don't even act. You know, be more passive. The High Priestess card here and the Hermit card here, again, are quite passive cards. The Page of Cups is quite a passive energy, even if it's giving a message. It's not pushy. You know. In fact, it's just testing the waters kind of thing. The Page of Cups, she or he is just testing the waters. Not really, you know, going full steam ahead with anything. So, but the Lion in the Strength card, the Lion inside the Strength card, would go about things full force, would be very yang in opposite to the Yin, would be very active. And I think the Strength card here is saying you need to be more passive and allow people to come to you, maybe, especially if there's any arguments that happen, or decisions that need to be made. It's just about not making any decisions, not taking any action, and just receiving. The Hermit card sits down, and the Hermit sits down, or stands even, and receives insight. The High Priestess, again, she sits down and she receives insight. So this is about being very quiet this month, very introspective, and taking things in before making any decisions. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with me at symbolsforliving@gmail.com. You can leave a message in the comment section, suggestion, compliment, just a question, or even your feedback as to how this reading actually even plays out in your life. I'll take it all. I'll read them all as well. So yeah, I look forward to hearing from you. Otherwise, have a fantastic January and Happy New Year. Take care. Bye bye.